Hey, what's up everybody, Rich Gaming Guy here. Today in this video I'm going to show you guys how to add Daphne games into Batocera. Before we get started, I will give you guys a warning. This is not a simple process. It's not as easy as adding your typical collections into Batocera. A lot of times it's pretty simple to add games or entire collections into Batocera. However, for Daphne, it's much more involved. So I'm going to try to simplify everything for you guys today. I'm also going to show you guys exactly where I located all of my files and folders, how I prepared them, altered them, and how I dropped them into Batocera. So this should be a pretty easy video to follow along with. I've seen some other videos here on YouTube in the past, and I found them to be really hard to follow. I'm well versed in all of this stuff, and even I struggle to keep up with the process that they outlined on YouTube. So hopefully this video is simpler for you guys to follow. I know a lot of people have been frustrated with setting up Daphne, so let me know at the end of this video if this was a help to you. So let's jump into it and get started.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump on a separate computer from our Batocera build. We're going to open up our web browser and we're going to navigate over to archive.org. This is archive.org right here. You're going to see about midway down on your screen a search bar. Inside that search bar, we're going to type in the following. We're going to type in Daphne ROMs. And we'll go ahead and hit enter or the search button there. And second option at the time of this video, and it's going to be by various here, is Daphne G2G. You can see that right here. It has the Daphne logo across the image. So we're going to click on this, let it load in. And then right over here on the right hand side, you're going to see download options. We're going to go in here and we're going to go into the zip option here. And you can get your Daphne artwork. That's not 100% necessary though, because we are going to likely scrape all of this once it's added into Batocera. But if you want all of that ready to go, you can go ahead and download the artwork here. I personally just don't recommend it because we can go in and use Screen Scraper right from Batocera and be able to do that much better than what is actually provided here. So we're going to go down to the second option, which is Daphne-G2G.zip. We're going to click on this icon right next to that, and that's going to automatically start downloading this. And the download time is going to vary from PC to PC, and of course, internet speed is going to play a part in that. For me, it downloaded in about a half hour or so. I actually wasn't watching it while it downloaded, so give or take about 30 minutes for me. So I've already gone ahead and downloaded this just to speed up this process. You don't have to wait, and we don't have to do edits and stuff to cut everything together. So I have this downloaded on my computer. I'm going to X this out. So once it's downloaded, it's likely going to be, if you have Windows 11, it'll be in your downloads section. So I'm going to X out of this. So I'm going to jump down to File Explorer here, and we're going to go over to Downloads, and we should be able to locate this. So I actually have this in here a couple of times just because I've been playing around with this. You're going to have it in here, and it's going to look just like this one up here at the top, which says... So here you can see I actually have two of these plus an unzipped one. So this one right here that I'm highlighting is what you're going to see on your end once you've downloaded this. And if you go ahead and you download that artwork file, that'll look like this up here at the top. So we're not going to do anything with that today. I'm going to be going into this Daphne-G2G file that we just downloaded. And this is a zipped folder. So what we need to do is we need to right click on this, and you're going to want to have 7-zip or a software tool that enables you to unzip this type of file. So we're going to go down, if you're on Windows 11, show more options. And then you can see, because I have 7-zip and I use 7-zip pretty much exclusively for anything I need to extract, all I have to do is just hover over 7-zip, go over here to this column, and I can go ahead and click on Extract Files. I'm going to click on Extract Files. I'm going to confirm it with OK. It's going to extract for a couple minutes. Once it does, you're going to get a duplicate folder, but this one up here is now fully unzipped. You can see that on the icon next to the title. The zipped one has the zipper across the file. The unzipped one does not. So you could also check under type. Compressed, zipped in parentheses is obviously going to be the zipped one. File folder is going to be the unzipped one. So I'm going to actually delete this one. I don't need the zipped version. So we'll delete that just to make this less confusing. I'm actually going to delete this artwork one as well because we're not going to be using that. So here you can see I just have the Daphne G2G file folder that is fully unzipped and accessible. So the way that I recommend doing this is using a USB flash drive that you can move all of this over onto, and then just take that flash drive and connect it over to your PC that you're running Batocera on. So what I'm going to do is I actually have one over here, Samsung USB flash drive. So I'm going to actually delete this folder that's already in here, because we're going to actually totally recreate this. I've done this before. That's how I've become well versed in this process here. A lot of trial and error went into this process. So on the USB flash drive that I have inserted into this PC, that I will also, once this is done, move over into my gaming PC running Batocera, and that's how I'll add all of this over. I'm going to access this, and I'm going to, you can see I'm actually inside this USB flash drive here. The folder is completely empty. So I'm going to go over here to New up at the top left corner, and I'm going to click on Folder. So that's going to give us the option to create a brand new folder within this Samsung USB flash drive. So I'm going to backspace this, and I'm going to label this Daphne. So now we have a Daphne folder here, completely empty. So we're going to go back over to our downloads. We're going to go back into our Daphne-G2G folder, again, the unzipped one. You're going to double click on Daphne again once you're within that. And this is exactly what all of the files and folders within look like. You can see to the normal person, this does not look like anything really legible here. So just follow along with the steps I'm going to outline for you guys today, and we're going to get Daphne up and running. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time explaining what each of these is and what it does. I'm just going to show you guys the process, because at the end of the day, do we really care about the specifics here, or do we just want to play our Daphne games? So we're going to go into this VLDP_DL folder. Double click on that. You can see we have ACE, Layer, Layer 2, and TQ. We're going to highlight all of these. We're going to right click. For me on Windows 11, I have to click Show More Options, and I'm going to copy this. You could, of course, hit Control C as well if you want to speed up the process. Now we're going to go over to, you can see Samsung USB flash drive is located right here. The new Daphne folder we created is easily accessible right there. So we're just going to click on that, and anywhere in this open area here, because this folder is completely empty as of right now, we're going to right click. We're going to go into Show More Options and paste. That's going to add in each of those files that we just saw when we opened up Daphne from our download. So we'll let this do its thing. It's going to take about 1:45 as of right now. So I'm going to let it do its thing here, fully complete, and we'll take a look once it's done. All right, so we're 100% complete with this process here. So you can see within our Samsung USB flash drive here, we have Daphne. That's what we're currently located in, and we've just added in each of those files. All right, so that's just fully completed. You can see we have all 4 files located in our Daphne folder on our USB flash drive. So now we're going to go back over to our downloads over here on the left column. We're going to go back into Daphne-G2G, double click on Daphne once again. And now, so we just did the VLDP_DL. Now we're going to go into the VLDP right above that. And we're going to select all of these. I'm going to hit Control A on my keyboard just to speed this up. And now I'm going to hit Control C. That's going to copy everything on my keyboard. You can certainly right click, show more options, manually click on copy. Now we're going to do the same thing we did in the previous step. We're going to go over to our USB flash drive. We're going to jump into Daphne, and we are going to click anywhere in this open space. Don't click on any of these 4 folders here, or you're going to throw everything off. Make sure you click on an open white area. Right down here is perfect. Right click, show more options, paste, or of course hit Control P. So now we're going to go through this process. It's going to take about 2 minutes or so to fully upload all of these onto our Samsung USB flash drive. So again, we'll let it do its thing. Come back once this is complete. All right, so we're at 99%, 100%. Good to go here. You can see all of those have added in right below the 4 original ones that we put into place. We're going to go back over to our downloads over here on the left column, back into Daphne-G2G, back into Daphne. And now we're going to go over to where it says ROM. So you can see we have the ROM folder located right here. Now, rather than double clicking on this and opening it up, we're just going to simply right click, show more options, and copy it right from here, not going into the actual ROMs folder. This is going to copy the entire thing exactly as it is laid out. We're going to go back over to Daphne over here under our USB flash drive. We're going to scroll down, and now I recommend hitting Control V. That is going to paste this because we don't have an open white area anymore. You don't want to risk adding these into one of your individual folders here. So Control V is going to paste that right in. You can see it pastes it right in at the absolute bottom here. Just again, make sure you're not accidentally highlighting any of these specific folders here. You don't want to add this into any of those that are already in existence here. Now we're going to go back over to the left column again, into downloads, back into Daphne-G2G, back into Daphne once again, and we're going to locate frame file. So that's located right here. We're going to simply do the exact same thing as what we did previously. We're going to right click, show more options, and hit copy. We're going to go back into Daphne on our USB flash drive. And now we're going to hit that Control V again on our keyboard. That's going to add frame file, just like we did with the ROMs folder, directly into our Daphne folder on our USB flash drive. So now we have added everything onto our USB flash drive that we need to add into Batocera. We don't have to do another thing on this computer or on this flash drive. So we are going to X out of everything. So now that we've X'd everything out, I'm going to shut down this PC and we're going to fire up our gaming PC or whatever PC you're using to run Batocera. All right, so here I am booted up into Batocera on my gaming PC. So with my keyboard, and you're going to want to make sure you obviously have a keyboard, but also a mouse attached to your PC. So I'm going to hit F1 on my keyboard. That is going to open up our file system for Batocera. And now I'm going to actually connect my USB flash drive. And just to be clear, this is the same one that we just went ahead and added all of our Batocera folders and files onto. So I'll let this load in for a second. I'll go ahead and locate it down here. This file right here is just part of my USB flash drive. So I'm going to just delete that to make it less confusing for you guys. And right here, you can see our Daphne folder. So we'll double click on this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of these individual folders within. We're going to right click and we're going to click on copy. Now on the left column over here, we're going to go ahead and click on ROMs. We're going to locate our Daphne folder, which everything's in alphabetical order. So you could see it's located right here. We'll double click on that. And inside here, because I have no Daphne games on my Batocera setup right now, this is completely empty. So I'm going to right click anywhere in this white area here, and I'm going to click paste. That's going to add everything from our USB flash drive directly into our ROMs folder for Daphne. So this is going to take about 2.5 minutes or so, give or take. So we'll let this do its thing. We'll come back once this is complete. All right, so you can see we're down to our last second, and there we go. This has been fully completed. Now our entire Daphne ROMs folder for Batocera has all of our files within. All right, so once everything has now added into our Daphne folder here in ROMs, we're going to actually rename everything. So we're going to right click on each of these options here. We're going to click rename. And now here you can see for this one, this is ACE. We're going to go ahead and type in .Daphne. So now it reads ace.daphne. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to do this for each of these except for frame file and ROMs. Everything else and info we're going to leave as it is. Everything else is going to get that ending. So we'll do the same thing over here. Rename. Go to the end. .Daphne. I'm going to actually go ahead and copy this so I can just paste it for each of these. We'll hit OK to confirm. Same thing for Badlands here. And we're going to just, again, work our way across all of these, again, except for frame file, ROMs, and we're going to leave info.txt exactly as it is. Everything else gets this rename here. All right, so you can see I skipped ahead here, but each of these has that ending now, that extension, which is .daphne for each of these except for frame file, ROMs, and info.txt. So we're going to go up here to the top left corner where it says File. We're going to select Close Window. That brings us back out to Batocera. Now we're going to open up our main menu. So if you're still on your keyboard, hit your space bar. That opens up your main menu. If you're using a gamepad controller, just hit your Start button. We're going to go down to the second option, which says Games Settings. We'll select that, and then right at the top there under Tools, it says Update Games Lists. We're going to select that, confirm it with yes. That's going to update everything here, and now we should be able to locate all of our Daphne games on our collection list here in Batocera. So we just have to scroll through until we find it. There it is right there. I'm using the Artflix theme, so it automatically populates in all these really cool graphics here. So we're going to jump into this collection, and in here you can see all of your titles. So let's open up one of these games here just to make sure that everything is working properly before I show you guys how to scrape this and make it look really nicely polished off. So we're going to select this option here. So let's jump into Ace. That is the first one. We'll launch this, should bring us right into the game.
Space Ace.
And there we go. We have Space Ace loading up perfectly. So I'm going to grab my gamepad controller, hit my hotkey function, and that will bring us out of this title back to our game collection. All right, there we go. We're back to our Daphne collection. So everything is going to be working. I've tested out all of these titles actually. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you guys a crash course on how to scrape. I'm not going to show you though how to set up Screen Scraper from scratch. So if you've never done that, which you probably have if you already have gone through the process of adding different collections into Batocera. If not though, I'm going to put you a link in the description of this video to my full video that shows you exactly how to set up Screen Scraper from scratch on Batocera. So assuming you've already done that, you've already connected to Wi-Fi on your Batocera setup here, we're going to, once we're within this collection, as you can see right here, we're going to hit our space bar or go ahead and hit your start button on your gamepad controller. We're going to go down to Scrape, select Scrape. We're going to go all the way down to Scrape Now. You can go in here and customize how you want to scrape, what you want to scrape, all that good stuff. This is just my default on my particular setup here, and we're going to hit Scrape Now. Here you can see under Scrape Now, we are only scraping files here, or games rather, that have missing medias, and we've only selected, since we're within this collection here, we're only going to be scraping this particular collection, which is obviously Daphne. So I'm going to go down to Start, select Start, and it's going to do its thing here. We have 17 titles. It's going to do this in just a matter of minutes here. So we'll let it do its thing. You can see our progress up in the top right corner. We're already 4 down, 5 down. So this is going to be a really quick process. Probably will take another 30 seconds or so. All right, that took a matter of about 15 seconds. So we're on to our last one right now. And you can see up the top now, once it completes, it says scraping finished, update games list to apply changes. So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to back out of the scraper page here. So escape on your keyboard, back button on your gamepad controller. Here we are in main menu. We're going to go up to games settings. Same thing that we did when we exited our file system before. We're going to go ahead under tools and select update games lists. We're going to confirm it with yes. This is going to take a couple seconds, and there you go. Our Daphne collection now has logos, video previews, a little bit of box art down there in the bottom left corner, description, all that good stuff here. And you can customize exactly what information you actually want scraped. So you can minimize this. You can have it look exactly as I do here, whatever you want to do. And we have a video for each of these titles here, which is awesome. I believe there's one that doesn't have a logo yet, right there. Super Don Quixote. that has everything else, but it's missing that little logo there on the right hand side. But if you do find stuff that is missing when you scrape it, just go back and check on it, you know, in a week, in a month. It usually does get updated. And, you know, I have a bunch of stuff that used to be missing for PS3, and now I pretty much have almost everything populating it. So stuff's constantly updating and changing, but that is our entire process here for adding Daphne to Batocera.
All right, everybody, you can see from this video, not the most straightforward and cut and dry process here, but in the end, we got it done. We're able to jump into our Daphne games now. And if you need help with your scraping process, drop down to the description of this video, and I'll put in a link for that full video on how to set up Screen Scraper on Batocera. And that's a great tool for getting everything really nice and crisp and polished off in the end, so you aren't just looking at your folders with that cartridge icon. You're able to get your videos, logos, box art, all that cool stuff together for your game collections. So if you enjoyed this video and you found the information helpful, please leave a thumbs up on the video. It's a huge help to me here on YouTube. And of course, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop for all future videos here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one.